Uh-oh, hold on one second, guys. Having issues with the camera. Oh, there we go. So sorry about that. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so sorry for being so late. It's like almost 1:30 as we're kind of starting. I was having some computer issues, and so I do apologize for that. But now we're here, quite a bit late, but thank you guys so much for your patience. What's up, Sad Vegas? Kimberly, how we doing? What's up, Skippy? How we doing, brother? Timothy, SDC in the chat, how we doing? Kimberly, it says we need some intro music. No, you're 100% correct. We do need some intro music. Just to like kind of get things started while you guys wait. I do apologize for the delay once again. Sad's first question says, is it worth it to get the PSA yearly membership? Do you have one yourself? So I do have the PSA membership, but I got that membership back in like start of 2020. So it's like I used it like twice and then I didn't use it again because it got closed. So it was worth it at the time, but right now I'd wait until they have bulk submission. Then I'd say it's worth it. That's what I would say personally, but only 9 likes. Come on. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I mean, we're just literally getting things started. So, but what's up, Chris? How we doing? Was worried you weren't going to have a stream. Hey, like I said, man, I profusely apologize. I was super late. I mean, literally yesterday, we were like right on time, like start at 12. And sometimes I do tell you guys, like sometimes we'll start a little late. We'll start at 12:30. Sometimes we'll start at 1 at the latest. Like 1:27, geesh, that's freaking bad. How's the weather? The weather's gorgeous, actually. Surprisingly, it's pretty nice today. So today's been the first nice day in the past 4 or 5 days in Bend. It's been, for the most part, pretty windy / rainy / snowy, depending upon how cold it gets. This morning, I want to say it was as low as like, or I should say it got as high as like mid 40s, like low 50s, which for Bend, that's pretty nice. So honestly, pretty nice. But jumping into today's topic, or today's questions, for those people that are new to the channel and don't know how we kind of do things, typically speaking, this is an opportunity. I have videos that I post each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't have the opportunity to answer everyone's questions, so this is that opportunity for people to come in and ask questions live. And like I've said many times before, I answer every question. Of course, as we get more people into the chat, it becomes harder and harder, but as it stands right now, we're kind of doing that. One other thing I want to make an announcement for as well, actually 2 others. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and be subscribed if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways. We announce winners on Mondays. 3 winners, each will get 12 Brilliant Stars packs, but the other announcement I want to make was, I forgot who suggested it a while ago, but someone had suggested that we create a Patreon group. So I actually just made a Patreon group yesterday. I haven't advertised it at all, but basically right now it's just like a basic like $3. Like if you want to support the channel, it's just $3 a month is I think what I have it as. Just a way, like I said, to like help us out and help us produce content, and then allows us for more giveaways, because literally all the giveaways, like straight up, I spend all of my like money that I make off of ad revenue for the giveaways. So I'm not really making money doing this. I'm just producing the content and growing. And so this is just another way for us to kind of increase the amount of content we're producing out. So yeah, check it out. I actually have the link down in the description below if I'm correct. So but yeah, no, super excited to really be announcing that. So, because like I said, you guys suggested it. It wasn't something initially that I'd really thought about. So when someone was like, Eli, you should start your own Patreon group, I was like, okay, sure, I'll start my own Patreon group. So looks like the link is not in the description down below. So I'm going to add that right now for those people that want to check it out. But yeah, no, just thought I'd set that announcement up right now. Why does it do that sometimes? It kind of messes up sometimes. I apologize. Give me 1 second, guys. We're having issues. Sometimes it says shiny streaming schedule, and for some reason I can't seem to get rid of that. It always shows up. Actually, wait, I just realized I know why it says shiny streaming schedule. I'm going to save that. It's because I don't have Restream set up yet. So you guys probably aren't even seeing any of the chats for those people that are talking on the other end. So let's see. Insane. There we go. Get that saved. All right, sweet. So we should have everything all proper, but Sorry, I missed some stuff. Well, look who decided to show up. Koga says, I apologize again. I'm so sorry for being so late, guys. The mustache coming back, STC says, hey, I haven't shaved. I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 days since I've shaved. I grow facial hair fast, but scored a problem ground on collection box for 85. I'm so excited for it to come in. It has Phantom Forces, Furious Fist, and never opened those before. Shout out to you, Timothy. That's an absolute steal, dude. Patreon tiers, you could do discounts on your store. No, I mean, that's a great suggestion, Matt. Literally, like I said, I just created it and I just put a basic tier. So what we're eventually going to do with the Patreon is we're going to offer more options on the monthly payments. So that like we'll have like a $5 tier, a $10 tier, and so on and so forth, and it will come with additional benefits. I just want to set it up because I'm super busy all the time, and so I didn't have time to go through. It took me like an hour to set it all up, which it's crazy it took that long. So it's like we'll definitely get there. But hey, I appreciate you for stopping by, Donald. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. Can 5E mod drop the link to the Discord? Link should be down in the description below. You should be able to, but if not, yo, Gage, what's up, dude? It feels like it's been a while since I've heard from you. How you doing, brother? What's your opinion on ultra modern singles? Best time to pick up? I mean, this is kind of my general theory I have for. Oh wait, wasn't there 2 Gages? Oh my god, no, there was a different person. We had 2 people in the chat that had the same name yesterday. It was crazy. But Gage, to answer your question with ultra modern, I have a pretty general like system. Evolving Skies, I will say, kind of followed the system, kind of didn't. And what do I mean by this? So my system is wave 1, wave 2, focusing on either opening the product or basically selling any sort of booster boxes that I've held on to for pre-releases. Or of course for myself as a distributor, then I already have a wave 2 amount of products. So this is more for you guys. So if I were you guys, not financial advice, not financial advisor, you can get really cheap booster boxes on pre-order sales because there's a lot of speculation around the set, right? So you get pre-order sales in, you purchase those boxes, and then right before wave 1 happens, you can usually sell your pre-order sales for a good chunk of premium, right? And then if you want to open your packs and products and you want to get a nice premium opening, that's the best time to open is at the start because you're going to have the highest prices when the set first comes out. Now, if you're talking about when to buy singles, I don't do that typically till wave 3, or if there's only 2 waves to a set. Then once they have an initial reprint wave, as long as it doesn't take too long, it's hard to say because obviously we had such a large drop happen this last huge reprint wave in December. So obviously that's going to play a huge factor into it. But as far as it goes, typically speaking, I don't like to get in on wave 1, 2, because it's usually pretty expensive. But then by the time it hits 3, that's when you see prices really start to shoot down. I mean, we can take a look at like, what's a good example of a set? Let's take a set like Fusion Strike, right? We'll say the most expensive card in the set is going to be the Espeon, right? So if you go off the yearly, the set started off at, and this is when I first came out, 190, right? Crashed. And then it had its last reprint, or like final wave, as far as we know right now. It came out, I want to say, about end of December. So as you can see, end of December, prices kind of bottomed out, and then we haven't seen a print since, and it started to go back down in value, or up in value. So that's kind of my strategy on that, because Fusion actually did have 3 waves, crazy enough. I was only allocated 2, but they had a 3rd one. So that's kind of my personal opinion on that. So sorry, I mean that was a long way of answering your question, but you know how I can try and be as in depth as possible. Scored a 25th anniversary premium playmat collection in the wild today. Hey, shout out to you! Not too often you come across those. Those are gone fast. Yes, thank you, Tyrone. Shout out to Tyrone for saying John Doe. We had 2 John Does in the chat. That's crazy. Yeah, only 1 Gage can exist. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks, Raheem, for dropping down the Discord link. Appreciate you as always. I guess you could say I got a discount from your site because there was no sales tax. Yeah, that's something interesting is I've been doing that since the start of the site. I'm a resident in Oregon. I do not have there's no sales tax in Oregon. So literally I'm not supposed to, as far as I've been told, legally collect sales tax. I've even talked to some of the people in the IRS when they were on the phone with me. So this is a recording of a video saying that, hey, they did talk to me. And of course, they can talk to me about it if something were to happen. But yeah, no, literally, I don't know why I would collect sales tax because there is no sales tax in the state. So it just doesn't make sense to me. So, but to be fair, like, I don't know of a lot of like states that do collect sales tax like that. I know eBay collects sales tax for specific states. And then I don't know how that kind of distribution works. But as far as it goes for me, there's no purpose for me to collect it. So I don't know. That's just kind of how it's been. But Matt Miller. I've been trying to pick up some Hint Fates PSA 9s and 10s, and they're super cheap. I want a BGS 9.5 Sylveon Shiny for 55. That's less than raw card price. Hey, that's not a bad deal, especially, I mean, I don't know what your intentions were with that, but if you're talking about, I'm just going to crack it open, put it in a binder, then that's a pretty good steal, and you could probably get that for a 9 if you want to get a regrade on the 8.5, depending on how strong it is, and you could probably sell it for more. It just depends on what the grading fees will be when BGS reopens, but that's sick, dude. Did I miss when the BS reprint is supposed to hit LGSs? So I was informed by my distributor that basically we should expect the reprint to hit the shelf sometime by the middle of next week. So I'm going to have them shipped out to me on Monday, and then I'm going to ship them out on Monday. So technically speaking, that's a lie. Technically speaking, they should ship out. Is that right? Did they say ship out on Monday? So either it's going to ship out on Monday to you guys, or it's going to ship out to me or it's going to ship out to me on Wednesday. So, you know, sometime early to middle of next week is what I would say. So that's kind of as far as it goes. And I mean, we can take a look at Brilliant Star prices right now and see. Sorry, I'm a little congested. I've kind of felt sick for some odd reason, but yeah, prices haven't really changed much. I mean, look, you can see the slope downwards, which really just shows that, hey, guess what? We're about to see the prices come down real quickly and real hardly, in my personal opinion, so we're waiting for it. But also, still have great content. Haven't missed too many of your lives lately. Hey, I appreciate you, Wrath. I mean, you've been a follower forever, so seriously, dude, shout out to you for being so supportive of the channel. It's people like you that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys constantly tuning on in. Should I get PSA 8s? I want to start adding slabs to my collection, but I'm not sure how 8s will add value. Should I get 9s and just hold more expensive cards and grade instead of getting 8s? Personally speaking, Ricardo, this is my personal opinion. Of course, everyone can do their own thing. If I'm talking about what cards I want, and this is just me, right? This is just me. For my personal collection, I'm a huge prima donna when it comes to cards that are 10s or 9s at the worst. And typically speaking, the only 9s I'm buying them so I can crack them open and try and get a regrade for a 10. So unless it's some like super high-end card like a Lugia, like first edition Neo Gen, or like a first edition base set Charizard, which is super expensive, it doesn't make sense for me to want to get that 10. But for the most part, it's like, other than those two cards and maybe a couple other exceptions, 9s are like more or less for cracking open or regrading. However, one thing I will say from a purely investment perspective, this is from my collection perspective, but from an investment, 9s tend to follow 10s pretty heavily. There's been instances where 9s actually have outperformed 10s. I think an example of that is the Neo Genesis Typhlosion. You can check me on that, but the value of that was absolutely insane when it popped up. Of course, population report is also going to play a huge factor into that. But as far as it goes, I would say 8s, typically speaking, if you're talking about you're sending in cards to grade, let's say it's like an older card, then yeah, 8s are fine. But if you're talking about like new ultra modern, 8s are going to be more than likely worthless in my personal opinion. But yo, what's up, Zach? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Would you open it the 25th? Brent. What am I missing? Brent. I actually need to make sure I have Restream open as well, so we don't have any issues in case the stream goes down like it did last time. Brent says, would you open it the 25th? What are you referencing? Why can't I find your last message? Oh, scored a 25th anniversary premium. I would not open it. No, I would not. An item like that is probably going to hold a good amount of value, I would say, Brent. Personally speaking, I wouldn't open it. I know people who are moving out of Oregon too. Oh yeah, I mean, it depends where you're living in. I know a lot of people are moving out of Portland area. I don't live in Portland area. I live kind of centrally in Oregon. There's a decent amount of people, I would say, not a large amount, more people moving to Central Oregon than leaving it, because Central Oregon's like the one pocket of like Oregon that's a super nice high-end area, and so you have a lot of like old retirement folks that are moving here because the market's super hot and everyone's leaving California. But as far as like Portland area, yeah, I mean, everyone's leaving Portland. It's been in waves. You've seen people leave Portland in certain areas like Seattle and California. So what's up, Pokemon TCG? Shout out to you. Hey, Eli, tons of products showing up as a restocked in Walmart. Each week, Shining Fates, D21 Pokeballs, Brilliant Star, Dark Blaze, ETBs, and Vivid Voltage, Tender Sleeves. Yeah, man, I mean, this is literally just the items that we've been going over for the past couple weeks on reprints. Obviously, I told you guys there's ETBs, reprints for both Brilliant Star, Vivid, as well as the Shining Fates Pikachu boxes, D21. Obviously, we know that with the Cosmic Eclipse packs. Obviously, we've talked about as well that we've seen more sleeve packs of stuff like Rebel Clash even popping up. So yeah, no, this doesn't surprise me at all, especially when you're starting to see such amount of product coming on and you're seeing like scalpers not being able to make as much value off of reselling. It's really nice to see 100%. At Pokemart, do think that's true. You could have to collect sales tax. Oh yeah, Skippy should actually say that. You should have to collect sales tax for orders going to other states. I believe you have to pay that. Well, see, that's the thing that's very interesting, Skippy, is that I've already filed a full year's worth of taxes and they didn't do anything about it. Now, maybe that's because of how much money I made, but I've talked to my accountants about it. I've talked to my bookkeeper about it. And like I said, I've talked to someone at the IRS about it. So it's like, I've talked to people about it and it's really confusing to me. I mean, you could potentially be right, but as far as the direction that I've been told, like, I haven't had any of those issues. And I filed last year and, you know, there was no issue whatsoever. There weren't any like red flags of like, hey, why are people not paying their taxes out of their state? So, you know, I could look into it more, but I've even tried doing research myself online and it said that you don't have to. So it's like this weird kind of like fine thing, because if you're saying to yourself, right, let's say that you have someone that's, let's say that you're selling a Pokemon product locally here in Bend, right? If you're saying that there's someone from California that drives to Oregon and then buys product from you, no sales tax, right? But now let's say that person is, you know, visiting in town and they decide to order product from you online and their, you know, home is in California and they much rather have it shipped than like have to drive with it or like ship it out. Is that legally speaking, because it's being shipped to California and they are residents of California, they're going to have to pay California taxes, even though typically speaking, like they're still buying within Oregon? I don't know. There's kind of a fine line. Like I said before, eBay is like a corporation. I'm a sole proprietor, so there's kind of different tax laws in regards to that. So it's a really fuzzy area, but I've just been trying to make sure that all the professionals around me that I've hired to kind of make sure that I'm paying my taxes, because you don't want to mess with the IRS. IRS will screw you over so hard. So just trying to make sure I'm legally doing everything the right way. But I've been running my business for almost a year and a half now, and so far no issues. So what's up, James? What's up, man? Bond Snipes is my main, but it's time. I'm watching on my phone from the... Hey, well, shout out to you. Shout out to you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Valentin, what's up, brother? How we doing? Kimberly Preston, my allergies make me have headaches. Ugh. You know what? That kind of is probably it, man. I probably feel congested because of allergies. It's definitely that time of the year. It's weird because we're kind of in like a weird like spring / winter thing. So who knows? But yeah, no, I could potentially have that. Would you buy a Fusion Strike booster box for $85 just to open and see what good cards you can get? I mean, it's $85. That's below MSRP price. So it's like, or sorry, wholesale prices. So it's not bad as far as an open goes. But as I mentioned many times before, Zach, typically speaking, when you're opening, you're more than likely going to lose. So unless you're opening for the fun of it and you're not trying to make money off of it, then I mean, go for it. I mean, it's for the fun of this like opening product. But, you know, personally speaking, I myself would say, I would lean towards not opening it if you're trying to make money. But I mean, I would say that Fusion Strike does have a lot of competitively viable cards in it, so you could make your money's worth by hitting on a lot of the like Muse and Genesect and other cards that are in the competitive format. Yeah, Matt, they're about to come hard and fast. That's what she said. What's up, James? How are you feeling about Arceus figure collection? I think that the Arceus figure collection is my #1 item for the year to pick up investment-wise, personally speaking. What's up, Imon? How we doing, brother? Hopefully you're having a good day. Any chances you'll add more booster box cases? MG, I will be adding some more soon. I will probably be adding some, I want to say, literally after the live stream. If you want to, I can probably add them right now, but... and then also, I'm going to more than likely lower the prices because I wanted to see how the prices... Because there's an MSRP price for products, and then there's like what the market's selling them for. And the market, it's the weirdest thing. For like the Evolution tins, and I'm actually... We can take this poll right now. What price do you think is a fair price, or what is your guys' kind of opinion on the EV tins that just came out, the Heroes tins with the Umbreon, the Espeon? I think they're great tins. I mean, you've got at least 2 Brilliant, you've got Evolving, sure you've got 1 Fusion, but you've got Chilling. So it's like, it's not a terrible, like, it's got a good pack selection, I would say, and it comes with the EVs. I think it'll do well long term. You've seen the other EVs do well, and they have, I think, 2 Evolving Skies packs at least in them. So I think that'll do well long term. Personally speaking, I was told MSRP is $24.99. I put it at $24.99. I've sold a couple of them, but not as much as I thought. I've sold out of most of my Astral stuff pretty quickly. I have just a couple of things here and there. Also, for those people that don't know, I'll make this announcement now. I'll make it next time as well. But on the 27th, upcoming Friday of the set release, we're going to be doing an Astral Radiance break. Packs are available right now. I've got them for around, I think you're spending, if you buy 36, you're spending $100. So you're literally buying like 20 to 30 bucks under market value right now. If you want to understand what a break is, just go, it'll have if you click on our break packs on our website, Pokemon USA, you can check that out. But yeah, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on the overall tin. So, because I'm thinking about lowering the prices on that, because obviously I like to make sure that I'm just, not setting on dead product and I'm giving you guys a good deal. So, but so next question. Brent Lewis says 10-4 10-4 attention. How do you work with large bulk buyers, as in multiple cases? I mean, as far as it goes, typically speaking, Wrath, and actually, if you guys want to, this is a great question. If for those people that are wondering, I am planning on moving to Scottsdale, Arizona area, like kind of like suburb Phoenix area, sometime within the end of this year. I have about $70,000, roughly speaking. Could be a little more, could be a little less, in terms of like sealed product for my Pokemon sealed product investment in the future. I'm not going to be able to ship out all the product that I have. So what I'm more than likely going to be doing is either one of two things. I'm either going to be just uploading the product and I'm going to be doing special deals. So I'll be like, I'm trying to offload, like, let's say a Battle Styles booster box for like $90, and then with it you'll buy like a Hidden Fates tin for like $30. So I'm trying to do like something like that to where I can get rid of bad products and incentivize with offering cheaper products. That's probably going to happen relatively soon. Either that, or to answer your question, Wrath, for big buyers that are wanting to buy a ton, I look at what I can find, what I can reasonably give as the cheapest deal possible. Obviously, I'm here to make money, but I'm also here to save you guys money. So if you literally message me, Wrath, on Discord, I've had people do this many times. I've had people be like, hey, I'll buy 5 or 6 cases from you. Hey, I'll buy 2 or 3 cases from you. Can you do a deal? The more you buy, the more of a deal I'm going to give you. I'm always going to be able to negotiate with that. So, because as a business, like, as long as I'm making money and I'm selling like a ton of product, it's a good deal for me, because since I'm selling more at once, I'm going to be combining shipment, and I could save 20, 30, 40 bucks off a shipment, and then I can offer you a 20, 30, $40 discount, which in some cases could be anywhere between 5 to 10% plus of a discount. So that's kind of how I like to do it, Wrath. So if you're interested in buying a ton of product from me, or you want to know what I have, feel free to reach out to me. This goes for anyone else who wants to reach out to me about buying a ton of product. I would say mainly I have Elite Trainer boxes and tins, and a bunch of pin collections and a bunch of other like specialty items. I don't have a ton of booster boxes, so if you're trying to reach out to me about that, I would definitely say I don't really have much. But like I said, I've got about $70,000 worth of anything ranging from ton of Shining Fates, ton of Champions Path, ton of Hidden Fates, obviously ton of Chilling Reign, ton of Battle Styles, ton of Fusion. So it's like I've got literally everything. So just make sure if you're interested in that and you want a deal, just reach out to me. Also, I have a ton of build and battles too. So, but there's a lot of online TCG stores in different states that do not charge sales tax. Thank you for pointing that out, Vegas. Hey, man. So it looks like hopefully I'm on the right track, not getting wrecked. You talked about the sole proprietorship. What documents do you get submitted to who? Great question, Wrath. Basically, what I did was I went on to my secretary's website, so like OregonSecretary.com, and then you basically file under a business name. You can file under a C Corp. You can file under a sole proprietorship. There's so many different ways you can file, but sole proprietorship, just go on to whatever your state's secretary's website, and then you can file out. And then also as well, you want to try, personally speaking, you can either get a website, you don't have to get a website, but first thing I did basically is I went to GoDaddy.com. I got my URL link for how I wanted to set up my site. And then once I got that, then I went and registered what the name of my business was, where I'm going to be generating income from or posting things. You could probably put eBay if it asks for that kind of sales. I know some people that don't even have their own website and they just run Patreon groups, and then they can register as a sole proprietor. I know people that did that. So, but yeah, just go to your secretary's website. I believe you're right when would not need to charge sales tax unless states specifically have a law, tax collectability, which some do. which none do. Some states have sales tax for precious metals, like Maryland. Yeah, I've heard about that. Tax things are completely different depending upon what you're purchasing, for sure. Most fun to open, Vivid Voltage or Chilling Reign? Ooh, that's a great question. I would say initially it was Vivid Voltage because, initially speaking, of course, because having the amazing rares was a super cool concept. But I would say personally for myself, Chilling Reign, and that's because when you think of the main pulls you can get in Vivid Voltage, at this point it's just the Pikachu, and then you can kind of get some of the, like, you know, now we're $3, $4, $5 amazing rares. Versus in Chilling Reign, you can pull the Blaziken, you can pull the Snorlax, you can pull any of the other alternate birds. Like, there's so many pulls you can get. So personally, I like Chilling Reign, and it's extremely cheap. What are your expectations for Astral Radiance? I'll make this one short, Zach. First and foremost, I got my allocations cut 50%. Basically, wave 1 is what I usually get, and wave 2 is basically non-existent. So I don't know what's going on if they're like cutting wave 2. I know Cardinal Gaming actually made a video about this the other day, saying he has no idea what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. It's crazy to me that they cut allocations. So, like, for example, just to kind of give you guys a rough estimate, I usually get around 50 plus booster boxes for one wave, and then the next wave it's about 40 to 50. For wave 1, I got 54. For wave 2, I got 2 booster boxes for wave 2. So I don't think it's even really a wave 2. It's just like some old product that they're just going to throw at me. So it's like the expectation on the print run, it's going to be very low. And now to answer the other point of how do I think the set's going to do, really comes down to the character rares. I think that the character rares are going to slap. They're going to be a Charizard, there's going to be a Rayquaza, there's going to be a Pikachu. I think the set will do really well. I think if they have really weak character rares, I could see the set being a very mid set, probably above like the Fusion Strike / Chilling Reign, because it does have the character rares, and that's something people highly desire. But I would say that it's not going to be anywhere in the ballpark of Brilliant Star or like Evolving Skies. So it'll do fine for itself, but it's not going to outperform like these other two sets are, because the demand currently is super high because it's a Charizard set or an Eevee set. Timothy Brady, do you think Battle Styles booster box will go up anytime soon, debating on selling my 2 boxes or saving? Oh, 100%, Timothy. I 100% think that they will go up soon. And the reason for that, Timothy, is because the thing about Battle Styles that a lot of people don't understand is the reason why Battle Styles is the cheapest set right now purely comes down to the fact of the matter that it is the most printed set so far. It had 3 waves, and then it got a reprint wave. Chilling Reign had 2 waves, and it got down to that price. Fusion Strike had 3 waves. It went down to that price. So Battle Styles had 3 waves, and it's the only set, to my knowledge, that had actually Vivid Voltage, I think, is an example. No, did Vivid have a wave 3? I don't think Vivid had a wave 3. But yeah, as far as it goes, Battle Styles, for those people who don't remember, pre-order price was as high as 160. After wave 1, it dropped to 120, and then it started to climb up to 130 plus again. Then it got its 3rd wave, and then on its 3rd wave, it then dropped below $100, and then finally it got another wave after it climbed all the way back up to 110, 115, and then it dropped all the way down to like high 70s, low 80s. So it took 4 waves for Battle Styles to really get crapped on. So I think that people are really just like not the biggest fan of Battle Styles, like understandably, but I like the set. I think it's a cool set. Obviously, it's more of a competitive set, but the price has just been so much suppression towards it because of it being a competitively viable set, and the Pokemon Company wants the competitive cards to be cheap, and so that's how they do it. They just print those ones. So in regards to competitive sets, in regards to investing in them, because I made a video like 6, 7, 8 months ago now. Man, I've been doing this for a while now, thinking about it. I made a video talking about investable things. What are you looking for? And I talk about collectability, and I also talk about competitively viable sets. And the reason why I say that is because those are the ones that you can really play the waves on a lot, because they're going to basically, with like, you know, Battle Styles, you talk about the fact of the matter that, you know, obviously, you know, the wave of the set itself was going downwards for the most part because of how heavily it was printed. But for the most part, when you're talking about competitively viable cards that you can pull out of that set, I mean, for a while, Battle Styles was the most, like, if you were to try and open product, it had the highest rate of return. Obviously, of course, opening product, generally speaking, is never a good idea. But I remember there was a while I was opening Battle Styles product, and I was actually yielding a decent return on a lot of them. Granted, of course, I've heard a lot of people say they had bad pull experience. I didn't personally have bad pull experience. But when you're talking about, you've got a lot of these really, like, competitively viable cards that you could sell for like anywhere between, like, I'm trying to think of the ball that it was, that there's this one ball that was selling for like almost $1, and literally I got like at least like a third of the booster packs had it in them. And you're guaranteed more than just that. And they were going for like $1 at the time. So I was like, all right, I opened this booster box. Just off of this card alone, I'm making $12 plus. So it was, for a while, it was actually quite worth it for me when you're talking about buying Battle Styles for $80 and you already get $12 off of just 12 cards, you know? It was the level ball. Yeah, level ball. And we can take a look and see what the level ball is going for now. But, oh yeah, it's gone down in value quite a bit. But, I mean, if we can see the yearly chart, yeah. On the yearly chart, it was upwards of like 93 cents is what it says. That was the weekly average. But I remember selling it for as high as like $1.20, like straight up. So being able to understand and recognize competitively viable cards, and I mean still outside of that, you've got cards that are going for around 20 cents plus. Obviously a lot of people will be like, well, it says as low as, but that's because it could be anywhere light played, moderate play damage, but 20%. And then you talk about direct TCG player prices, then you get a premium on it. Obviously you're gonna have to pay higher fees, but that's just a different conversation that I won't kind of get into. So I think Battle Styles will do well, especially once it goes out of rotation. Because I do see it, I see it being underrated. Now, does that mean that there aren't better opportunities? Of course, as I've talked about this many times before, Evolving Skies, Brilliant Star, great opportunities for sets, ETBs for Chilling Rain, Shining Fate, Vivid Voltage, Darkness. These are going to be great opportunities. But that's to say that if you're saying that you bought, let's say you bought booster boxes a while ago and you want to get a return on them relatively soon, that's not to say that it couldn't yield a greater return eventually down the line. Wrath Zapdos says $24.99. I assume we're referencing the EV10s. I have them listed for that, so decent of them have sold, or not a decent amount, like a little bit have sold at that price. So if you think that's fair, then I should have been selling more. But well, now I know that no sales tax, I might be more inclined to buy. Hey, there you go for you. Yeah, check it out. Just advertise that. Yo, what's up, Thaddeus? How we doing, brother? Hopefully you're having a good day. LOL, as I typed, you said that. Yeah, that's so funny, Wrath. I love how that happens. I bought one of each Evolution tin yesterday at Target and 2 of the Umbreons. They had a 5 product limit, so I'm going to get Sylveon tin today for Seal Collection. Hey, bro, I got one on my site if you're wanting to buy it. So, like I said, might as well chill and advertise for the site. Why not? You have any Chilling Rain boxes? Mainly ETBs. I don't think I actually have any Chilling Rain, sadly. Like I said, ETBs are kind of my thing. I have a ton of build and battles. Like when I say a ton of build and battles, Chilling Rain, I mean I have like 6 or 7 cases. So I have a decent amount. If you have a sole proprietorship and open product, do you keep track of how much you bought and it for the price of every card you sell to determine the win or loss? Yep, exactly, Vegas. So basically what will happen is, let's say that flat slate, right? Start off the year $0. That's how much I've made. That's how much I've lost, right? If I go and I buy a booster box of, let's say Fusion Strike, right? Let's say I buy a booster box of Fusion Strike for $90, right? I am now, when in regards to what I've invested into the business, what is considered a business expense, I'm now -90. So for the year, I've lost $90, right? Now, if I decide to open that box, and let's say that I open that box and I have about $120 worth of product value. I sell it. I make about $100 after fees. I made $10. I'm now taxed for that $10 because of what I made. Now, obviously, if you make $10 for the year, it's not going to do anything, because I think you have to make over like 3,000 or some X amount before you start getting taxed, which is why opening a sole proprietorship after you've like made 3K, 6K is really worth it in a year, because you can really make some like large amount of money doing this. So it's really, you're able to kind of offset the opening cost. So it's honestly, as long as you're making enough money, like you can literally open Pokemon product and try and get sale. I mean, that's what a lot of LGSs do. Like opening week, they'll just open product, try and make product, like value off of the cards by opening them, because they can get the highest premium on the first week. So yeah, I would say you can totally do that, and I've done it many times before. So I did that with Astral Radiance. I did that with Evolving Skies. Lucky enough to pull the Umbreon twice, which is ironic because I've pulled about 4 alternate arts. No, I pulled 3, and 2 of them were the Umbreon, and 1 of them was the Dragonite. And then my other rare card that I pulled is a Rainbow Umbreon. So it's like, I don't know what it is about the Umbreon, and then my buddy bought from me. He got an Umbreon V alternate art, so it's crazy. I don't know what it is about Umbreons, but I can't stop pulling him. So talk about regional pulls, that could be another thing. I see that Legends of Johto box. I like that. Hold on one second. Do I have that Legends of Johto box still available? I want to double check that, because I think I'm completely out of the Legends Johto box. So I want to make sure that I don't accidentally have that listed on the site. But let me see, because I sold some off site a while ago, and so why is it showing up all products? Let me double check and see if I do have any listed. Legends of Johto. Legends of Johto. Do I just say Johto? It should pop up under inventory. Yeah, I have one is what it says. I'm sorry, that shouldn't be listed. I don't have any more of those. I apologize. I used to have quite a bit of them, but I just recently sold out of them. They actually, you know, they sat for a while, which is surprising, but over time I did eventually sell them. But hey Eli, do you think we already got an Evolving Skies reprint just in sleeves since stores have been getting them back in, or do you think just holding back product? I think that Pokemart TCG, I think that a couple of things. One, I think the fact of the matter that we are we just got news about the purchase of Millennium Print Group. I think you're going to see a rapid production, hopefully within the next month or so. That was my prediction. Obviously, we'll see if I'm wrong or not, but I think May we'll at least hear news of Evolving Skies reprints potentially. And then on top of that as well, in regards to reprints, we're still waiting for booster boxes. Booster boxes are going to make up for it a lot more than actual sleeves. So I would say I'm not too worried about it. I would say booster boxes are where it's at. So I wouldn't say they're holding back on product. If anything, they're accumulating product through that they're printing right now. And then once they have enough, then they're going to like ship it all out at once. But I don't know if you want to consider that accumulating. I would say it's just them printing to a certain extent. Bro, I just like ripped 24 sleeves booster packs of Fusion Strike and to get anything. Hey man, that's the play of the game. I've been opening Brilliant Star and I've been absolutely wrecked. I've opened over 9,000 packs, and I've opened over 1,000 packs, and I've got one alternate art. So it's just the game, bro. What's up, Zach? How's it going? What'd you miss? Just me talking about sole proprietorship and just business stuff, and then other questions. So just bought. All right, I think it says we're good now. Are we back? Yes, we should be back. All right, I apologize if the stream crashed. Hopefully you guys can all read the chat and type in the chat. F. All right, so it looks like people can read in the chat. So we're back then. All right, cool, we're back. So sorry about that, guys. So I'm pretty sure Tyrone, the last thing I read, and you guys can tell me if I am doing this right. Tyrone, the last thing he said was Battle Styles is goated for the cards matching the set name. 100% agree. Joey, aren't you able to deduct inventory as soon as you buy it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's what I love about running a Pokemon business, is because Pokemon literally yields a return over time, because it's literally like a form of investment. So when I buy Pokemon product for the company or for the business, that's immediately a write-off. And so I can sit on Pokemon product and I'm not getting taxed because it's inventory, which is really nice. So we are good now, I think. Okay, cool, sweet. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that is, I'm so sorry about that, guys. We just had a drop off in viewers. We went from 60 to 36 and like that. And so I'm like, all right, what just happened? But as far as it goes, we are back. Thank the Lord Almighty. But yeah, no, I mean, opening a sole proprietor has been very beneficial to myself. Would investing in Chilling Reigns be good to save? When you say to save, are you saying like saving money, or are you saying to save like for the long term? Because long term, I think it'll do great. I think Chilling Reign will do great, especially for how cheap it is, both. But yeah, Royals Red says both sealed and opened. Oh yeah, 100%. If you, and this is gonna get really dangerous. This is gonna really get dangerous. But you have to make sure you're actually selling product. But hypothetically speaking, if you were to open Pokemon product, and let's say you bought $3,000 worth of booster box product, right? $3,000, or if we want to, we can say $5,000. Let's say $5,000, right? Let's say you open $5,000 worth of booster box product. And you start off your business and you open all the booster boxes, right? If you netted at least $3,000, then you are considered to be a legal business, if I'm correct. I could be off on my numbers. If you want to, you can fact check me on that. Do your own research. Obviously, take my word with a grain of salt on that. I typically generate more than 3,000, so Obviously, that's something I don't really have to worry about. But once you hit that mark, then it becomes a tax write-off. But you have to understand this is a tax write-off for your business. This isn't your personal. So let's say you have another job where you're making $50,000 a year, right? And you're saying, oh, well, I lost money in the business for my Pokemon ventures. Well, you can't use that loss to like pay less in taxes for your individual like other business that you're making money on. You can only do it for writing off the business. But the reason why that's so great is because if you do use income that you're like supplementary income from like another job, and you use that money to then go and invest it in the business, then you're actually able to use that money to then increase the amount of inventory and product. Let's say hypothetically, and here's a fun argument, right? Let's say I had $10,000 worth of Pokemon product, and let's say for the sake is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers are all experiencing buffering. Are we back? Oh my god, stream has disconnected, attempting to reconnect. Are we back? Yes or no? Let me go back and see. Live. Says we're still running. Are we running? Can you guys hear me? Are we back? Oh my goodness gracious. I just went into a whole rant about opening... Gosh dang it, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I literally just went into a whole rant about like being a sole proprietor and open your own thing, blah, 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 blah. And I just completely messed that up. So, to answer your question, Royal, and I was going through and I was answering this. If you had $10,000 in Pokemon product that you purchased, and then you made $3,000 off that purchase, if you legally wanted to, and this is just kind of some of the techniques I've done, you could take $3,000 from, say, your other job and use that money to invest it in the business and product, and then basically use that money as a write-off for your own business expense. So that way, legally speaking, you take all the profits you made and you invest it in more product. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of businesses, like when it comes to like multimillionaires and multi-billionaires, there's a reason why like you'll hear that they're worth 50 billion, $100 billion, right? And you're like, well, it says that on their income, they only collect $0, right? And that's because every dime they use goes towards a business expense or writing it off. Like, did you know that legally, depending upon what your job does, you can write off a car if you use it a lot? Like, for example, I did a driving gig, and so I used my car a lot, so I'd write off my car. Or like a company vehicle, like my parents, they had a van that they drove all the time for business, and it was their own personal, but it was used for vehicle purpose or for business purposes. So you can write off a lot of things, but of course, this really comes with opening your own business and sole proprietorship. You can't do that if you're working on a W-2 form. This is talking about if you run your own business. There's so many different things that really, when it comes. Yo, did you have a date on BS reprint just arrived? It'll arrive sometime next week, either early to late next week, Daniel, or early to mid, I should say. Do you stream connect to Ethernet? Wi-Fi is notoriously unreliable and gets throttled. I have the literally best wow, we're at 36 kilobytes right now. 0 kilobytes. Oh my goodness gracious. We are getting wrecked right now. Be right back. I'm going to check something out. I'm going to check something out because the stream is buffering. All right. Let's see if this works. We have a green screen now, Vega says. Sick. Love to see it. Says we're still live. Go to the control room. Let me see on my end, on the control room, what we're seeing. We have a green screen. Solid. All right. We're going to end the stream, and then we're going to restart the stream.